In this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly how I made $45,000 from a small channel of just 5,000 mostly broke YouTube subscribers using simple retargeting ads and doing so at an 11x return on ad spend. So in other words, for every dollar that I spent on ads, I made $11 back in cash collected. Now, you might be wondering, what exactly is a retargeting ad? Most YouTube creators don't even know that this exists, but a retargeting ad is a YouTube ad that shows only to people who have already watched or interacted with your videos organically. So if somebody watched your video, they got value, and then they clicked away and watched some other video, which most people do, then retargeting lets you follow up with that exact person and put your paid offer directly in front of them and give them a thorough, compelling pitch. So this person already knows you, they already like you, they already trust you. You're not a stranger, you're that creator that they've already been watching. So this is a completely different sales conversation than a cold ad to someone who's never heard of you, which again, this is why I could get 45% close rate to this audience compared to a 10 to 15% close rate for a cold audience. And in fact, I was running, I'll get into this in a minute, but I was running the same funnel. I was running the same ads to both my retargeting audience and to a cold audience. And my return on ad spend was like 3 times as much for the retargeting ads as it was in the cold audience. It was a good funnel, it was good ads, so it worked on both audiences. I was getting about a 4x return on ad spend to the cold audience, but I was getting at 11x, that's almost 3 times the results. And like I said, that's just tracked ROAS, right? So it's probably more than that. So it might have been like 4 to 5 times better. It's just a massive difference. So let me go through why this strategy is so powerful. So first of all, it gets viewers into your sales funnel, because most people who watch your video are never going to click the link in the description to your paid offer to actually watch your sales page. Or you might put them in your pinned comment. Some people will click that link and you will get sales that way, but this is just a way to increase the number of people that are presented with your offer. If you get, let's say 5% of people who watch your videos will click on your link to your paid offer, well, what if we could, with retargeting ads, if we could increase that percentage to 10%? Well, all else equal, you've just doubled your sales with exactly the same YouTube audience without having to grow your audience or your viewership at all. Also keeps you top of mind, right? Because after watching your video, most people are going to click off to something else, and oftentimes to one of your competitors. So with the retargeting ads, it is just constantly putting you back on the top of their mind before they go and forget that you exist. And then it's zero ongoing effort. Like, you set this up one time and then it runs in the background 24/7 while you just keep making your regular videos like you always do. It's like zero extra effort. And you can finally give a real pitch, right? You probably realize you can't hard sell in your organic videos because you'll tank your watch time and you'll kill your reach, right? The algorithm is going to notice that and it's not going to like it. But with an ad, you can make a thorough, compelling offer without any effect on your organic performance at all. And then you can filter for quality leads only, right? With your organic content, it's just whoever happens to see it is who sees it. You have zero control over that. But with the ads, you can only you're targeting your ads to people that have watched your videos, but you can filter them for only the people that are in certain countries or within a certain income level. Like, I can target my ads to top 10% income, for example. So I can target my ads to only people that I know are going to be able to afford my offer. Now, with my data analyst coaching offer, that was a little more tricky because I was looking for that sweet spot of people that are making like at least $40,000 an hour, or sorry, $40,000 a year. 40,000 an hour would be, they wouldn't be interested. The people that are making 40,000 a year to like 60,000 a year, that's the sweet spot of people that were interested. So I was targeting like the 50th percentile up to 30th percentile. And so whatever your offer is, you can target the people that are most likely to be your best customers. And then finally, this requires absolutely zero change to your organic strategy. You just keep doing what you do best. You keep making videos exactly as you are now. You don't have to do anything differently at all with your organic strategy. You just get more sales from the same thing. And by the way, if you want something like this for your channel, I can set up the whole thing for you. If you've got at least 5,000 subscribers and a high ticket offer, then I can build out and implement this entire retargeting strategy for you, including the ads, the funnel, the targeting, everything. If you're interested, I'll put a link in the description where you can check that out. Now, will this work for your channel? This does not work for everybody. So who this works for is essentially educational channels, something where you're teaching people something that is valuable to them that they're willing to pay for. So like personal finance and investing, career coaching and job skills, health, fitness and weight loss, dating and relationships, music lessons and creative skills, etc. Like stuff that people pay significant amounts of money to learn, right? On the other hand, this does not work for like pure entertainment channels like Mr. Beast. This wouldn't work for Mr. Beast. Well, it might work for him actually, because he's so enormous, like such a celebrity. But you know, if you have a channel of like cute cat videos or something, then this isn't gonna work because you don't have anything to sell. That's like nobody that's watching cat videos is going to pay $5,000 for more cat videos. Like you can't really sell that. But if you have like a course or a coaching program that's related to the thing that you teach on your offer, in your content rather, that's how it works, right? And then of course, if it doesn't work with channels with no paid offer, like if you're only making your money from YouTube monetization or from like product sponsorships, then this isn't going to work. This is for if you have your own offer that you sell. And then the golden rule is your paid offer must solve the same core problem as your organic YouTube content, because you want to match the offer to the audience. If there's a mismatch, it's not going to sell very well, even if the people know, like, and trust you. So if you have a channel about weight loss and then you go and try to sell business coaching to your audience, it's not going to convert, like, no matter how good your ads and your offer happen to be, right? Because it's just a mismatch. Now, there are 4 keys that make this work. You have to hit all 4 of these or else you're just going to waste your money. And the vast majority of people that run YouTube ads are just lighting their money on fire. They're just wasting their money because most people don't know how to do it effectively. So you got to get all 4 of these in place for this to work. So number 1 is retargeting a warm audience. That's what we've talked about. Everyone, in my case, everyone who saw the ad had already watched at least one of my organic videos. So they knew me, liked me, and trusted me before the ad even started. That pre-existing relationship does most of the heavy lifting, right? Because they're already coming in warm. That's the key here. Second part, a working sales funnel. You have to have a sales funnel that actually works, right? Like if you try to just bring people from an ad to an order form for a $5,000 offer, that's not going to work. You have to bring them through a sales funnel that nurtures them into that. And this will work for multiple different types of sales funnels, but it has to be like a proven sales funnel structure. In my case, they would click the ad, they would go to an opt-in page that was offering a free training. The free training was on how to become a data analyst, like how to get a job as a data analyst when you don't have any experience. And so they would fill out their name and email address, hit submit, and then they would go to a free training. The free training was at one point a live webinar, and then later I changed it to just a video, like a long video that was the same content as the live webinar. And then I found that it actually worked better if I split the long video into 6 shorter videos. So they watched one video that was like 10 minutes long, and that was kind of introducing the opportunity. They'd hit next, and then they go to the second video, which was another like 10 to 20 minutes long, and it was talking about like what skills they had to learn. And it was essentially just a webinar format, but broken up into 6 videos. And then video number 6 was pitching them on my paid offer. So the idea here is that I'm getting their contact information, first of all, then I'm educating them for free, and in doing so, showing them that number 1, this is possible for them, and 2, that I'm a good teacher and I know what I'm talking about and I can help them get there. Like I'm proving that I can do it. And then I'm pitching them on, hey, if you really are serious about doing this, then you need a lot more training than just what's been in this one like video series. So click the link to apply and book a call with my team, right? And then they would book a call, and then we would sell them over the call. So that's how the sales funnel worked. That's not the only funnel structure that works, right? But it's one that did work. So regardless, you have to have a working sales funnel. And by the way, I was running this exact same sales funnel with the same ads, same everything, to cold audiences. So in other words, people who had never heard of me before, people who were not retargeting audiences, people who had never watched my videos. I was running the same ads and the same funnel to these people that didn't know me, and I was getting a 4x return on ad spend. So for every dollar I spent, I made $4 back. So that's a really good funnel if it can make 4x return on ad spend that people that don't know me. And then just putting exactly the same ads in the same funnel towards a retargeting audience, a warm audience of people who did know me, I was able to get triple the results. So you got to have the working sales funnel. Then you got to have a high ticket offer, right? This is really important because you need to make the economics work. When you're paying for ads, you need to make it so that you make more money than you're spending. So I tested this same strategy with a guy that had a really big guitar training channel. He had, I think it was like 300,000 subscribers, and I ran the same thing for him, and he was selling a $200 product. And we ran the funnel, we ran the ads, and we were getting leads for $4 to $5 each, which is great. Like, that's a great cost per lead. But in terms of actual revenue, we barely broke even. The reason for that was he's only making $200 per sale. As opposed to my offer, my career coaching offer, I was making $4,800 per sale. So I make 24 times more revenue per sale than this guitar offer did. So like I was able to cover the ad spend 11 times over, where he was like barely break even. So I don't really recommend, I mean, you can make this work if your funnel is really, really good at a low price point, but I would really only recommend this for a high ticket offer. Although then again, just like getting $4 to $5 leads at break even, if you want to build your email list, that might be worth it, right? Like, you get a whole bunch more leads on your email list, which is what you own, so that you can talk to those people anytime you want. You can send them an email anytime you want, and you don't have to worry about YouTube just suddenly shutting your channel down, which they do sometimes, right? It's kind of like a backup plan. You whether or not you're running retargeting ads, you absolutely want to build an email list. You guys probably know that already. But you don't want to focus just on the YouTube platform, because YouTube owns that platform. You don't own that platform. They're just letting you use their platform for now, but they could take away that privilege anytime they want. So you really want to have that backup plan. So you want to collect leads, and if you want to collect more leads, then this is a way to do it. But if you want to collect leads and not just break even, but actually make money and make a lot of money, then the high ticket offer is the way to go. And if you don't know how to structure maybe you don't have a high ticket offer, but you would like to, then talk to me. We'll talk about how you can structure a high ticket offer, and ideally in a way that is not like taking a ton of your time. Because if you're doing just like one-on-one coaching with everybody in your high ticket offer, well, that's gonna take a whole lot of your time. You're not going to be able to take very many clients. So I'll show you a better way to structure that if you're interested. And then finally, the offer has to be compelling, right? It has to be an offer that people actually want and are actually willing to pay for. So if you're getting sales of your high ticket offer directly from your YouTube channel, just from people that are clicking the link in the description, then that's a good sign, right? That means that people actually want the thing that you're selling. If not, you might have to go and reconfigure it a little bit. And again, if you want help creating a killer offer that gets sales easily, I can help you with that as well. And then, of course, the ad itself has to be good. This is difficult. Even with the retargeting ads, retargeting ads are a little bit more forgiving, because people are like, oh, that's that guy, I know him. And they're more willing to watch it than they are a cold ad. But still, if you don't capture their attention, you're still interrupting them, right? Your ad comes up in a video that they actually wanted to watch. You're interrupting them and keeping them from what they actually wanted to watch. So what you got to do is you got to make what you say in your ad super compelling within the first 5 seconds before they go and hit that skip button, so that they want to actually listen to your ad more than they want to watch the video that they were already going to watch, right? That's the tricky part. And then of course the rest of the ad has to build on that interest and make them want to take the action that you want them to take, to opt into the next page, to get your free training, whatever it is. You need to make them want that more than they want to go back to the video that they were actually going to watch, right? And so this is very tricky, and most people who advertise get this wrong and end up wasting a lot of money. It's not something that people just know how to do naturally. So I've done this a lot. Like, I've run more than 500 YouTube ad campaigns for myself and my clients. I can do this consistently with cold audiences, which is a lot harder than a retargeting audience. I've gotten really, really good at this, but it's taken me years of practice and hundreds of thousands of dollars in ad spend to get to this point. If you would like to learn my method for how to do this, I've got other videos on my channel which will show you how, or of course you can work with me directly. So your audience is already sitting there ready to buy, right? It's just a matter of like, how much juice are you going to squeeze out of the orange that you've already got? Like, if you're not running retargeting ads, it's like you're just lightly squeezing it, but like half of the juice is still there. You could potentially double the amount of money that you're making from exactly the same audience if you do this, because you spent probably months or years building trust with your subscribers through your organic videos. Retargeting ads are the bridge that turns that trust into actual revenue, and substantially more actual revenue than just trusting your one-line description in your video description with a link on it. And you don't have to change a single thing about how you make videos. If you have at least 5,000 subscribers and a high-ticket offer, ideally, it says ideally 1,000 plus, it should be ideally 3,000 or more, then you have everything that you need. Although actually, if you run webinars, like live webinars, you can get away with a $1,000 offer. But it depends on the ticket, or it depends on the funnel, right? So, but if you have a high ticket, let's say you have at least $1,000 offer and you have 5,000 plus subscribers, then you have everything you need to run this exact strategy. The warm audience is already there. You just need the system to monetize it. So for me, for every $1 I spent in ads, I made $11 back in cash collected from an audience that most advertisers would have ignored entirely. And then the other thing too is that your content and your offer solves the same core problem or the same core desire for the same person, right? So if your channel is about weight loss, your offer should be helping people lose weight. If your channel is about sales training, then your offer should be helping them to sell better. If your channel is about dating, then your offer should be about how to get more dates, etc. You know, you get the picture. They need to match. But if you meet all three of those criteria, then I can build and implement this entire system for you. I'll build the whole thing out for you. The ads, the funnel, the targeting setup, all of the back-end tracking stuff, everything. So you just keep making your videos and the revenue system just runs in the background and brings you clients. If you're interested, I put a link in the description where you can apply to work with me. And if you appreciated this video, I would appreciate you giving me a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and check out this video if you want to see my exact strategy for how to build a high converting YouTube ad script that gets you leads and sales. And I'll see you soon.